2009, 8. I'm drinking a Coors Light, and I'm at the Texas Motor Speedway, and I go in between the motorhomes, and I see Steve Conaway showing the video, what you guys did at the 2 Hour House. And I'm going, hey, show that video again. And they showed it again. I said, every darn principle in business is in that story. They said, what do you mean? I said, well, that could be one of the best leadership books of all time. I said, what do you mean? Well, you see, you're taught teamwork, collaboration, efficiency, organization, mindset. It's all in that story. And so I said, man, we need to bring all that to life. And so we published this book, The 2 Hour House. 20 years later, we're coming up October 1st, will be the 20th year. So I wanted to get everybody together that was part of the 2 Hour House and just kind of understand, how did you first get involved in it? When were you sold on it? And tell me the story from your point of view.
It was the Builders Association let us all know that this is something that we wanted to do. And I don't think they had much trouble getting everybody's buy-in to it, and because we're a tight-knit group of folks. And so we were all, let's try to do this. If Record and the Conaways were leading it and organizing it. Sure, we built the house, I think in 2 hours and 53 minutes, I believe it was. But it took months and months and months of planning and making sure we had all the right people and all the right materials and people moving in and out at the right times and the right flow of things. So it was like what you were talking about earlier, all business concepts that are needed to get something accomplished that's that big had to be right.
So, here's the house, and you were talking about this, you were part of the sheetrock and all that stuff. Yeah. Tell me what you did before and what you had to do and how you did it. How did you pull it off to where you could do it within the time period that you had allotted?
The Builders Association already had the sheetrock supply. So coordinating with them where it needed to go and what time it needed to get there and make sure that it was in the house or being able to be stocked in the house at a specific moment, not even, it's within minutes. If you weren't there at the 2 Hour House.
Wasn't there at the demo.
No, but everything was within, you had an exact time schedule for everything. So many minutes for this, so many minutes for that. So it was all about then getting all the sheetrock subcontractors at the time that were part of the Builders Association also involved in wanting to be a part of this history-making event.
Isn't it weird how I'm in a group of people, we kind of want to do something bigger than ourselves? And did you have industry competitors band together and figure it out? Everybody.
Right? So all the builders that coordinated are all competitors, right? But I think we're all friendly competitors, and we all, I think we all see that we're all in this together, and it's better to work together than it is to try to not to do that.
What were the meetings like when you went through the meetings? What were the challenges that you saw or learned from as you were going through that experience?
And most of the meetings that we had, it was a lot of education and a lot of what we're trying to do and how we were going to accomplish it. So it was very informational about how we're going to do things and how we're going to get to where we're at, and getting input from everybody on all the different trades and how to best work with them and what we need to do to get that done.
Did you have doubt, or when you first had as it was going along, or did you were worried about different teams if they could pull it off? I mean, did you have anything that went through your mind at that time?
I don't know. I think I had pretty good faith that we could just do it. It's not, to me, if it ain't rocket science, we could do it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why. It was well coordinated. From all the effort that was put in, it made you feel very comfortable that we had a good chance of making it. And because there was a lot of effort beforehand, like I said, a lot of months of planning and for this event.
When you were talking about effort, what do you mean by that? I mean, when you say all the effort, what effort based on your
meetings, the getting together, the organizing, making sure things were the effort of the people to get it all organized, to get it accomplished.
From that, since we're looking 20 years ago when it happened, what did that do for your personal life or your business life to your business today?
It was probably the first time I've worked that closely with other competitors. It was the only time I think that I've worked that closely with my competitors to accomplish something together. So it taught me that, you know what, we're all in this together. Let's all Let's all work together to make Tyler the best place for new homes, and that's what we do.
Yep.
And for instance, I'll give you for instance, Tyler and all of the United States. I don't know if this was still a fact today, but I know it was a fact in the 2010 to 2015, 2020. Tyler was the biggest market, or East Texas was the biggest market for foam insulation. Where people were so afraid of it everywhere else, we adopted it and knew what to do with it in this area, and a lot of builders are using it. The other thing is tankless water heaters. I don't think there's too many houses built anymore that have gas that don't have tankless water heaters. We're all doing things right. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to work to doing things right. So I think we have a really good builder community here that tries to put out a really good product, and it makes Tyler a better place for. Our homes are better quality than anywhere else.
Do you think it's the innovation, all that stuff came from the members of the Home Builders Association sharing ideas and your friends, or what do you think made it proactive to where Tyler would be one of the first ones to implement?
Our house brought us together to collaborate together, to do something together. So that togetherness, or that training of working together, kept going with us. Right, that it's better to collaborate with your fellow builders than it is to try to fight. If I have an issue in my homes, I don't have a problem calling another builder and say, "Hey, I've got this issue. What have y'all done about it?" And they can do the same with me. So it's a great. It brought us better together.
It did, and when you did the practice house, of course, you had two practice houses 2 weeks prior to the main event.
Right. One practice house.
Well, one practice house. Okay, so the practice house, of course, the cement didn't come out right, or whatever the case may be, or didn't dry.
Yeah.
What was the experience of the bunch, and what do you recollect how they handled mistakes at that time?
We all learned from them. I mean, it was a really good learning process, and it was something that hasn't been done, and we were trying to do, and we had to perfect it, right? So we knew that we needed to do a practice house because we knew there would be problems that we would encounter, and we wanted to work them out before we did it for real.
So when you did this house, of course, you had the roof that's being built over here, and the plumbing and the electrical and all that, and having that crane
all the walls
go.
being built on over here, and the plumbers are working here, and the electricians, you got about 50 of them ready to run wire, or they're already harnessing all the walls because they already know what wiring goes in each wall, right? Because they have diagrams for everything and how much wire they need from that wall to get to where they need to go. So they just, as the framers were putting it together, and then as the concrete was setting up, because I think it took, 30, 45 minutes or so for and then during those 30, 45 minutes, that's what they did. They built the walls, they put all the electrical in them, they got the plumbing ready so that they could just put everything in as soon as they stood up the walls. I think the roof was, if I remember correctly, was trusses. So they were ready with them, and with the cranes putting them up. It was amazing.
It was amazing. I still can't believe they built a 2,300 square foot house that exceeded code in less than 3 hours.
Yeah,
less than the time that it takes to watch a Monday night football game.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, think about it. And so we're talking.
And we had all the city inspectors out there. The city was on board with us. Everybody was on board.
So when you had your meetings, you had the city inspectors
Everybody was there.
You had all the captains there. Everybody's talking about what they're going to do, which made believers out of everybody else.
Yeah.
And all this. The way the houses are being built at that time versus how you do it today, what did you have to do differently that you learned that you could do it better, faster, smarter from that event that applied to your business?
I don't think I ever want to build a house that quick, or try to put people together, try to even. Houses take their time, and when you push really hard, they push back. When you kind of relax and, let it, do your thing and make sure everything is scheduled, they tend to go out, they go quicker. So doing the house quicker, I don't think really applies to to my day-to-day operations, but it was more about the collaboration and working with the other builders.
That's why I don't think anybody will ever beat that record. I mean, you got it. You're talking about a lot of planning.
Yeah, and it's not just and people that cared enough about each other, the Builders Association, whether it be the builders or the subcontractors, it takes a special group of people to do that. Right? It's not, you're not going to get just any group of people or any builders association. It's not going to be, no other builders association has ever tried to break our record.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And when everybody's sitting there knowing what their parts are, nobody wanted to let each other down either.
Right.
Right? I mean,
Yeah, it's all, like I said, it's all about the collaboration.
You know, it's been 20 years, and the way I see it is there's a lot of lessons from that story that could teach the younger generation, which I think is the flow of life that we want to share with others of what they can do. So hopefully my goal would be all these nuggets that your experience and all the other people that was involved in 2 Hour House, that we've got a lot of nuggets that we can share so people can to develop new leaders to work together and collaborate and lean on each other's strengths and weaknesses. You know how your weaknesses are my strengths, my weakness is your strength. It's weird how you 1 and 1 is 11 and not 2 if you actually work well together. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I think it's a big deal to bring out this story, because I think a house is a simple metaphor. Give you an example. When we do planning, it's really, what do you want your house to look like? Well, that represents your life. What do you want your business to look like? What do you want your community to look like? And we work backwards, but it's kind of like the 2 Hour House principles, working together to create that a reality. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's
so I think anybody of faith, all faiths are boiled down to one thing, and that we are here to serve our fellow man, to work with our fellow man, to make a better community for our neighbors. That's what we're all here for, right? That's what God. That's what serving God is taking care of our fellow man. And if we do that and not worry about us and take care of our fellow man, we will be taken care of.
Yep, and then that's how you turn an impossible to what is possible.
That's right, and that's because of the faith community too that we're in. I think that had a lot to do with us being able to collaborate so much, because we all here, East Texas is a faithful community, and people here understand the serving others.
Yeah, I think Tyler, Texas is the best place in the world, personally.
That's right. I agree with you 100%.
So yeah, it's any last lesson, if you were going to be talking to your daughters, or any message that you would want to say about the 2 Hour House and what you took away from that, or your faith that you want to share with the next generation, what would you say?
We're all, like we just said, we're all here to help each other and work with each other to make a better community. And if we do that, and that's our mindset, it makes life easy.
You touch on pickleball real quick. What are you doing on pickleball? What excites you most? What are you building?
I'm building a new pickleball facility. I started playing pickleball about a year and a half ago because a customer asked me to put in a pickleball court for them. So I didn't know what it was. And I started looking into it. I thought, this looks fun. Started playing it, got the bug, and about 8 months ago, decided, why not? Saw a person that I would say, that's who could run your facility for you. And then I'm like, okay, then I could build a facility. So I found the right person to run it. Then it was full speed ahead to get it designed and built, and it's been really, really exciting because I'm doing the designing, I'm doing the building, I'm doing the management, I'm doing everything to get this facility going. The lady that's in charge that I've hired, she's the director of fun, and she's there to make sure that every member has fun and that they're accommodated and they are taken care of. So that's her job, but my job is the business end, and it's just been a lot of fun because there's a lot of when you have to do everything like that, there's just so many things you got to figure out.
When do you expect it to be done by?
We're hoping to have our grand opening April 25th with opening for members on May 1st.
Got it. So
we're going to have stuff. We're going to have a grand opening days. It's not, we're going to have the first night, of course, for the dignitaries and all that, but the next day will be for all the founding members, and the next day will be for all the other members, and maybe we'll have a firefighter. The firefighters love pickleball. Almost every station has a pickleball court. I didn't know if you knew that or not.
No.
So we're going to have a firefighter tournament. Or a police tournament on the next few days. Bring in the senior citizen, the different homes. I'm sorry, I don't know if that's the proper way to say it, but the different facilities that take care of our elderly, because they're very much into pickleball, where they can bring their people and get them moving and have some fun with it. So we're planning on like 4 or 5 days of events for different parts of the community for grand opening.
I'm looking forward to it because that's going to enhance socially for Tyler, Texas. Having a facility like that is going to be a big deal, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. So there's no doubt
from the
about
2-hour house,
yes,
you're asking me what it is. So I was talking to the city inspector, and he was asking me, "Hey, how's it going at your pickleball facility?" I said, "Well, we got sheetrockers, we got insulators, we got air conditioning people, and we got electricians working in there all at once." And everybody, and that's what we've been doing all the way through, because it's a big facility, and we could have more than one subcontractor in there, and they're all happy working together in there. I haven't had any complaints. So having people literally on top of each other, but not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That organization has also helped me throughout the way through.
Common denominator of talking to people with the 2-hour house. They do work smarter, better, faster, and more collaboratively, and they're getting things on their timeline shorter than most people do in the industry.
Yeah.
So that's a big takeaway, is the mindset that
you have a good
happens.
mindset of you can do stuff together.
So we're talking about digging the wall boards, digging the footings, a drop of paint. You're talking about the walls and the insulation. You're talking about taping and texturing the walls.
Yeah.
You're talking about paint. You're
Talk
talking
about one humid house.
And then we hadn't even talked about shingles on the roof. We're talking about kitchen cabinets.
As soon as the pipes went through the roof, the shingles went right on.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks for sharing that story, and we'll wrap it up here, and then we'll kind of go.
Thank you for having me,
Okay,
Jose.
pretty
It's
amazing.
always good to see you, buddy.